Hello and welcome to this video about drafting heroes and deck building in Skytear. That's the soul of the game. Let's start with drafting. As you might expect, heroes have their own classes, and classes are kind of related in a rock, paper, scissors kind of way. So for instance, let's say I start and pick Akimo because the victory conditions that are being flipped are, there is an aggressive based one, defeating 3 enemy heroes, and I want to go for it. So I draft Akimo. My enemy might want to draft a tank, like for example Brilvar over here, because of its thick armor. And I might want to, counter pick with a mage, Setaru, because Setaru is ignoring the enemy armor, right? So he's melting down the tank, Brilvar. And so that's the basic of it, but then it's way more nuanced than that. You have hybrid classes like warriors, but you have also support heroes that are good at healing or buffing or debuffing. And of course you have specialists like Yami that are good at moving around and clearing wave of minions. So it's not that schematic as you might think, but on top of that, you can build a deck of cards for each hero, so you can build them to your own taste. And if you don't like deck building, you can just shuffle together all the cards of the same color and kind of go with the preset. But if you, like us, love deck building and finding new combos, then you're gonna love this. So as I said, each hero you're going to draft from will have a pile of 8 cards. One of these 8 will be the ultimate power card, and it's fixed. It doesn't move, right? And only that hero can play it. But the other 7, you can decide what to do and what to give them. So for example, just to give you an idea of the colors, yellow here is known for direct damage spells, but also for spells that move around, like this one for example. I love it. It's following enemy heroes as they run away. Then blue is nice because of spawn mechanics. They are the only one that can spawn minions, and also of course use them to attack and to deal damage. Yeah, then they are quite good also at pushing and taking control of the lanes. Green, they're like the guerrilla faction. They have the skirmish action that they're really good at. They can boost it, and also they can boost their armor, right? They buff it, and they have quite some healing as well. The red, you guessed it right. The red is the aggro kind of color that boosts the attack action and get like frenzy and fast conditions that are really good at dealing damage. But it's not like a black and white. You can even create draft 4 heroes that are red and go for like control-based victory conditions. That's totally viable, especially because you can mix 2 colors or 3 for each hero. Now, just to wrap this up, I want to give you an idea of some ways in which you can customize and build your heroes. For example, let's start with the mage. Like, I'm gonna pick maybe a mage because I want to counter a tank, and I might want to surprise you because I take 3 of these and 3 of these, both of which they boost my armor. So maybe you react with the Shillavi, that's a damage dealer and assassin, and you face my mage that's constantly boosting the armor, so you kind of, probably wouldn't expect that. But there are other ways. You could even build, let's say, Miyuki, the support hero from red. I can build her just to counter specific enemy heroes that my enemy is going to draft from. For example, I could give her 3 copies of Burning Scar. That's basically transforming a heal effect into damage dealing effect. So if my enemy picks Freyel, that's a healer, I could counter her with Miyuki. And then, I mean, there are many other options, but this should be enough to give you an idea of it. One last ingredient about deck building is the damage modifier. As you might remember, each card in the top right corner has a damage modifier, right? And what's important to know is that as you build your decks, you're also deciding what kind of modifiers you want, right? So, and a key thing we made here, a key decision for balancing the game, was to decouple the bonus you get with damage, that is the modifier you see here, with the bonus you get with the lead card. When you might remember from the other video, when your heroes are on the lane and are pushing with the lead card, you are not using damage modifier, you are using the mana cost. And the important thing here is that cards that cost a lot of mana, they have a low damage modifier. That's the general rule, right? And vice versa, they're inversely correlated. There are a few exceptions, but what does this mean? That if you want to be strong in control and have high mana cards, you're gonna have a hard time being aggressive and dealing a lot of damage. And vice versa, if you do a very, very extreme aggro deck, you're gonna have troubles defending your lanes and the towers. The exception I was talking about, the most important one, is definitely the ultimate power cards. They cost 3 mana and they have +3 damage modifier, so these are really good. But of course they are limited, and also, I mean, their effects are like mind-blowing. They can really change the match, and you know, at advanced level you have to know them and play around them. But yeah, I think that was it for the general overview. I hope I was clear enough. If not, please ask in the comments. I'll be happy to make more videos.